So now we're going to be giving you a little bit of a rundown on what foods will make you fat and what foods will make you fit. Now, keep in mind as we go through this that diet is easily 80 to 90% of your fat loss and weight loss goals, and that you cannot outtrain or outrun a bad diet. And the only exceptions to this are really professional athletes and Olympians who actually can outrun and outtrain bad diets. So macronutrients is a word that's used pretty openly in health and fitness. And you've probably heard this term before, but just in case you haven't, the definition of a macronutrient is a substance required in very large quantities by living organisms for survival. So for us, that means carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, which you've probably heard of most of these before. So what are the function of all these macronutrients? Now, carbohydrates' primary function is to help you digest food and to give your body energy. Carbohydrates are the body's primary fuel source, and that's something really important to keep in mind as we move through this program. When we consume carbohydrates and starches, our bodies break them down into glucose, which is the simplest form of a carbohydrate, which eventually becomes your body's primary source of energy, whether that's coming from the glucose itself or the stored glycogen that your body can convert it into. So now let's talk about the function of proteins, which is another commonly spoken of macronutrient, probably one of the most commonly spoken of macronutrients, because everybody likes to put an emphasis on high protein diets. So proteins perform almost all of the work within our cells. They're required for function and regulation of the body's tissues and organs, and also give them structure. The building blocks of proteins are amino acids, which you may have heard of before, which link together in long chains to form certain kinds of proteins and different kinds of proteins. And then there are fats, which is always a touchy macronutrient to bring up with just about anyone who's trying to lose weight or lose body fat. So fats have three very important functions in the body. They serve as a backup source of energy, which come after carbohydrates, as we discussed before. They absorb vitamins and nutrients and help insulate your body so that it can maintain its core body temperature, which is essential to survival and function.